everyone, and welcome to another house building video. I apologize if my voice sounds a bit different than usual, but my nose is being like Gandalf. Is being like, oh, you want to breathe to your nose? You want some hair to pass through your nose? Well, you shall not pass. So yeah, I'm sounding real different. Maybe not that different, but yeah, I apologize for that if it bothers you, but I think my voice sounds bad even when I'm fine, so I decided to record anyway, and yeah. And I really wanted to post a video, so I decided I'm recording no matter what. But about the house that I'm building, and not about my nose, that's enough. This is a Japanese house, and it's not a modern Japanese house, but it's not a traditional Japanese house either. I guess it's a mix. I would say the interior has some modern elements as well, some traditional elements, but mostly modern. And the outside, it's a bit more traditional, but it's not really traditional, so it's a mix, and I'm happy how it turned out. As you can see, the outside shape is basically done. I did have this house in my mind before I went to the game and build it, so it was easier than the other houses because I know what kind of shape I wanted the house to have, so that was easier. But I have to say I wasn't sure about the interior, and it turns out to be a small house, so it only has one bedroom, and I kind of have this feeling that I could do more, and I want to do more, and by that I mean that I would like to do, and this is something that I want your feedback, I would like to do a more modern or more inclined to technology Japanese house, perhaps Japanese house with a bedroom of anime fan, or perhaps a bedroom with those kawaii girls with a lot of pink and cute stuff. I think that would be cool, and I don't know, I think that would give a part of the culture that I didn't put in here, maybe a more stereotype part of the culture, but I think it would be fun and cool to do that. But on the other hand, I'm not sure if that would go well in the traditional house. Perhaps would look better in a apartment, like a Tokyo apartment or something like that, but since we can't really do outside apartments in Bridgeport, we can build inside but not outside. I'm not sure how would that work, if it would look nice or not, and I'm not sure if it would look nice in a traditional big Japanese house, because that's something that I also would like to do, but I don't know. I would like to know what you guys would prefer to see, and if you like those ideas or not. And also I want to do a Chinese house as well, which by the way is not the same as a Japanese house. They have their differences. They of course have some similarities too, but they have differences. The roof has more details, and the interior is very different. The color schemes are different. The Japanese house makes a lot of use of wood, and by the way, the references that I use, or the inspiration that I did use to build this house, was basically from animes that I saw and from pictures on Google. So of course there might be things here that are wrong, or I might miss some of the basic elements of Japanese houses, but I try to do my best about the knowledge that I have about their culture and the design of the houses in Japan. And like I was saying, I did use some wood, and I didn't build the house straight on the floor. I raised the house a bit, because that's normally something that Japanese houses have is foundation. And you see right now that I built a lake and I made use of gardens, because that's something that you kind of see in Japanese houses too. And I tried to use plants that exist in Japan. As you can see, I did use that tree with pink leaves, and I think I will remove it from the backyard and I will put it on the front yard. But yeah, that's tree that is, I guess, common in Japan. I see a lot of times that tree or the leaves of that tree reference to Japan, so I just thought that I should put the tree in, and of course the bamboo as well. I didn't put any Zen garden. That's something that I would like to do as well, so one more reason for me to do another Japanese house, maybe a bigger one or an apartment one. I would like to know your opinion about it. Of course, I would like to do one more related to technology and stuff like that. Another thing that I did that exists in Japanese houses, and I just did that now, was to raise the floor in the hallway. Right in front of the front door, there's like a step. The space in front of the front door is lower than the rest of the hallway, and that's because that space, it's normally for putting your shoes, because you don't use your shoes inside of the house. You basically, in that space, you take off your shoes and you walk in the house with slippers or socks, and that's because it's a way to have to keep the house more clean. And that doesn't happen only in Japanese houses, but in other Japanese buildings like schools. So I decided that I should put in that if it's really a characteristic that is in the Japanese houses. And it's a very smart idea. I don't walk in my house with shoes, but I don't take the shoes on my front door. I take them in my bedroom. And I guess it's a very, very smart idea. As you can see right now in the interior is very similar from one room to another. I did use those typical, I guess, that you see on animes, wallpapers that are white and brown and have squares. I didn't have the story content related with Japanese houses. There are some doors that are perfect from Japanese houses that have squares, but I didn't have them, so I have to improvised with doors and windows, but I think those ones can go well with Japanese culture. And as I said before about the lower area in front of the front door to put your shoes in, I'm doing that right now, and as you can see, I did put in a shoe rack. Of course, there aren't any slippers on the game, so I couldn't put slippers on the step or the higher part of the hallway, but I think you get my point and how things go. Anyway, right now I think I will work on some wall feature that I did on the hallway. I just put 2 rectangles of wood on the hallway, on the right corner of the hallway, right next to the front door, and I will put mirror that occupies the entire size of the wall, and a plant. I guess it's a bamboo plant, and I think it looks really nice, and it gives the illusion of that space being bigger because of the mirror. So yeah, I think it looks nice, and I think the first division or first room that I'm going to work on will be the bathroom. Oh, and just the thing about this plant is free from the store. If you don't have it, you can go get it. In the end, I didn't use it. I decided not to use it, so you don't really need to have the plant to download this. But if you do want it for other reasons, you can go get it to the store because it's free. But like I was saying, the first room that I did was the bathroom, and it was one of the most challenging rooms for me because I wasn't sure how I wanted the Japanese bathroom to be, because I don't have a lot of knowledge about how a Japanese bathroom should be. and the only knowledge that I have about it, it's from things that I saw on animes. And in animes, you basically don't see showers or bathtubs. You normally see something that's it's more similar to a public um, bathroom or to a sauna, I guess. In the way they take their showers, they sit down and on benches, and even though there's tiles everywhere like a normal bathroom, um, they use buckets to clean themselves, and it's basically much more like a sauna. And I did think about putting the sauna here, but I didn't have the sauna from the Sims 3 store, and I thought about putting this shower because it looked a lot of zen, and I don't know, I kind of think that zen and peaceful goes well with the Japanese culture. But I also wanted to put a bathtub, and it didn't have enough space, this bathroom, to have both of them, the shower and the bathtub. So I decided to go only with the bathtub, and I ended up dividing this space for the bathtub um, in a bigger way. So the bathroom is divided in half, and one half is from your normal necessities, your toilet and the sink and all of that stuff, and the mirror and all the stuff that you do before you get out of the home or in the morning or whatever. And the other is for the bathtub and that kind of stuff, for the space where you take your shower or your bath, whatever you wanted to call it. And I did use again the small foundation to make some part of the floor higher than another. And this is not really something that is common on Japanese houses. This one was just because I wanted to put in, and not because I saw that on some picture or stuff like that. But yeah, and I did use that picture that has, I think it has letters that are supposed to be the Japanese Simlish letters, but I'm not sure. And I went with wood and green colored, or brown wood and green color scheme for this bathroom. And yeah, I think I'm basically done in the bathroom right now. Yeah, I will put in towel, and I think more in the end of the video I will remember to put in toilet paper, but I didn't put anything else. And you saw me right before putting the giant TV from Showtime, because I don't know, I think it made sense, because Japanese or Japaneses have good connection with technology, and they are ahead in some ways of the technology development. So I was going to put a huge TV, but I decided not to. I did think it looked too big, and this is a small house, so I didn't do that. And right now I'm working on the dining table, but it won't be there because it's occupying a lot of space, and the space is not well divided like that. And I ended up doing a kind of a L-shaped table, and it's weird, but I think it really functions well, and it functions, I guess it finds its place in the culture of Japanese that I was trying to replicate. And I did put in the sushi decoration on the table that is from the store, and I think I also have another sushi decoration from the store that I will put in a second. But yeah, and I also use the pillows from the Bohemian set, because I also thought that would fit on the Japanese culture, because something that you see regular is the use of pillows on the floor to people sit down on anime. So I decided to replicate that with those little pillows. Those are not really pillows, but those they are under the category of shares, even though they are not shares. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And right now I'm doing the dining space and the living space, as you can see, and working on the area of the TV. I will just put some decorations on those coffee tables, and I put in the radio and the telephone, and I will put in bookcase on the left side, and just some decorations on the behind the couch as well. And I created something different with those 3 vases. I will put plants inside of them. I'm not sure if it's right now, but perhaps more. Oh, I think it's right now. Yeah, I'm building right now, as you can see, 3 different plants. I'm using those vases that are empty, and I'm putting plants inside of them that fit on the space, and it looks like it's just one object, but in fact are 4 are the vases and 3 different plants. Right now I'm working on that L-shaped table that looks, I don't know, in some way looks weird because there's 2 seats that are facing the wall, which can be weird, but it can also serve to use that space as an office to put your computer. And if you're having visits, you can use those extra seats. Anyway, there's I think 4 other seats or 6 other seats that are not in front of any wall whatsoever, so that's fine. Here I'm creating a unit shelf. It's basically just something with those books from the bakery venue and some other decorations that I like to put in houses. And that wall was looking very empty, so I wanted to put something in, and I decided to create this little unit, or bookshelf unit, however you want to call it. And I did put in a tea set because, once again, tea is something peaceful and something that I can relate to the Japanese culture. And I feel like I've said Japanese culture in this video way too much, but, well, it is a Japanese house, so I don't really have another way to say it. Right now I'm doing the kitchen, and the kitchen is not modern at all, at least I don't think it is. I guess it's the most traditional room or space in the house, and it's very small. It has the basics like the oven, the fridge, and the garbage machine, and I don't think it has anything else. I'm not sure it has the microwave or a coffee machine. I don't think it has that. I don't think I put that in. But yeah, and I was having some troubles with how are those things called? Not the counters, the things above the counters. Oh, I can't remember right now, but they weren't connecting well, so I have to use the sheet that disables the snapping of objects, and I was able to use all to have those things above the counters to fit perfectly. I also did put in a fruit bowl and some flour to make it look like more a kitchen, and the sink, of course, in the sink in the bathroom. And I think I will put in a rug in a second. Yes, I will. And I don't think I had anything else. Yeah, I don't. Oh, some lights, of course. And this footage, it was on the other day, because that's something that I do. It's that I rarely do one house in one day. It takes a long time to me to build houses, so I start building in one day and I ended up building in another. And yeah, I think right now I'm not sure if I'm working on a hallway. Yes, I am. The hallway doesn't have much. I was trying to fit on that volley massage table, you'll see in a second, but I mean, it's kind of weird if you open the front door and you see a massage table. Imagine if someone is actually on that massage table and you just go into the front door and you see something that it's probably naked just with a little towel, because that's how normally people have massages, at least professional massages, in the sense of having an actual massage table. That would be pretty awkward, and having a massage table in a hallway doesn't make sense at all, so I decided not to put in the massage table. And I was going to put outside, but it didn't make sense anyway to me to put it, so I didn't. So I ended up putting the regular stuff, just some decorations on there, and I think I put in a closet as well, or not a closet, but a thing with drawers. Oh my god, today I'm really bad with the names of things in English. How are they called? Dressing things with drawers. Oh my god, this is really bad. I can't remember. But anyway, and something that I want to say is that on the bedroom here, I did use a different floor, and this is also inspired from some pictures that I saw and from some animes that I saw, and I decided to replicate that in the bedroom. And I actually really like how this bedroom turned out. It's also have the a color scheme of brown, woods, and green, and I think that's basically the color scheme from the entire house. Perhaps not in the living room and kitchen and dining room, that all open area, but it's definitely the color scheme of the bathroom and the bedroom. And yeah, like I was saying, I'm really happy how the bedroom turned out. I found a small decoration, not small decorations actually, big decoration from the store that I had, and that looked pretty well on the bedroom. And it's a large painting, or a tall painting, I guess, and you'll see it in a second. I will use it on both sides of the bed, and it looks pretty well. And like I said before, I did put in the tree with the pink leaves in front of the house, and decided to put another tree in the back of the house because I do think it looks better. And yeah, I mean, not that it looks better. Now that I'm seeing it again, I think the pink tree did look well there, but in the moment I thought it didn't look as well as other normal tree could look. And the object that I was speaking of, it's this right here, and I will use the same colors that I used on the blanket on those pictures, and I think it looks really nice. I did take a while to get right with the colors. I mean, here probably won't look like I took a while to do so because it's speed up, but I did took some time with those pictures. And I also put the game on nighttime to see how the house was looking in terms of lighting. And sometimes I really like furnishing houses on the nighttime. I don't know why, but I don't know, sometimes it looks more comfortable with lights on and the exterior being dark. And as I was saying before, I did try it out to put the massage table in the house, but there wasn't really space for it, so I just deleted it. And the thing that I was talking about, the dressing storage thing with the drawers, is this one. I can't remember what it's called, but don't bother telling me because I'm pretty sure I will remember, and I will be like, oh my god, you're so stupid, how could you not remember that? But anyway, and here I found some candles, decorations, and I was like, oh, I really want to use this. I think it looks really nice in this house, so I started to put them in. But yeah, and I think I'm basically done here. I'm just doing some exterior decorations, putting some of those pillows outside, and I think I will put some lights outside as well. Yes, I will. And I didn't talk about it earlier, but you can see right now that I did mixed or connected the stone that makes the waterfall on the garden with that little decoration that has water on it as well, and I think it looks nice and looks like it can be really connected and be not different things, but yeah, I did that and I think it looks nice. Something that I a bit sad about is that I didn't put in a Zen garden with the white sand. I think that would look nice, but it didn't really had space for it, and I think it was too much. And right now I'm just adding some flowers on the floor, or the terrain paint that looks like flowers, or leaves that fall out, and I did put in the pink ones near the pink tree, which is, more real, and it looks more like reality, I guess. But yeah, just doing the final touches, and I guess we will go to the screenshots. Yes. The front of the house, as you can see right now, and the side of it. This is the hallway, and the living room. Looking at the kitchen looking at the living room, the bathroom, and the other side of the bathroom, the bedroom, and the house at nighttime. So thanks so much for watching, and bye!